Once upon a time, there was a Taoist monk. He decides that he wants to leave his village, get rid of all of his belongings, move up to the mountaintop where he can meditate, pray for a world out of balance. So he does. One day, he's sitting in front of his cave, meditating, breathing in and out, in and out. He hears this voice in the back of his head. It says, "You know, you're getting really good at meditating. I think you made a really good choice by coming up here." Immediately, his inner demons entered the cave like birds of prey, pushing him back in, squawking and quacking and squawking and quacking. "You think this is meditating? Ha! You know, this is pretty selfish. I mean, after all you're doing is taking care of you. You think you're going to get rid of your ego that way? That's impossible. Come here. Come with me. Let's just go back to the village. Give up this silly idea. Give up this idea. Like I said, it's impossible and silly." The monk picks up a broom. He begins to whack away at all of these demons, trying to chase them out of the cave, but they chase him back in. Do you ever feel like things are moving along for you just in the perfect direction? You're expanding into maybe a better part of yourself and you're kind of digging it. And then all of a sudden, it's like there's this crack in your consciousness. Sabotaging voices start to come in, tempting you to give up on your dreams, tempting you to listen to the fears, the self-doubts, that bleak world of what if? I've been experiencing a lot of vertigo lately. That's been the perfect opportunity for this crack to happen in my consciousness. What if I get so dizzy that I can't work anymore? What if I'm never going to be able to make money again? What if the utility bill comes and I don't have enough money and it gets cold again? What if I can't pay my phone bill and I'm not able to connect with anybody at all? What if I lose my home? What if I end up in a tent and there's a storm and it fails? And what if I die? What if I die and there really is such a thing as hell? What if I die? There's no such thing as hell, but I come back as a cockroach. I get squashed in the kitchen. I don't know where these words or these ideas come from. They seem so very random to me. But I do remember the very first time fear tempted me to fail. I'm 8 years old. One of my favorite things to do in the summer is to ride my bike down to the town library, pick out a bunch of books, put them in my bike basket, ride back up the hill to my parents' house. When I get off the bike, I select a book, put it in the waistband of my jeans. I go to my very favorite pine tree, the one that has limbs really low next to me. I begin to climb that tree. I get higher until finally I reach the branch that seems like it was made just to cradle my size body. I take my book out of my waistband. I look out. I see the neighbors' backyards. I watch them coming and going. I make up some stories about them. I watch the birds fly by at eye level. I open my book. I dive into the story. I feel like I'm just floating, enjoying, living in a field of possibilities. One day, I'm climbing the tree. My mother comes out the back door. "Vicky, what are you doing? That's too high. No, you've got to get down from there. That's too dangerous. Get down from there. Be careful. You're going to fall. You're going to fall." And I do. Now, I don't get hurt. And I want to be clear, this is not about blaming my mother. She had her own reasons for fear and insecurities. But I did realize at that time how contagious fear can be. how it can kind of enter you like an infection, infest there. And as that infestation grows, it gets bigger and bigger and becomes its own reality. A few months ago, I had a dream. In my dream, my neighbors tell me there's a mountain lion on the loose. That's not good. That sounds like something bad is going to happen. Something really bad is going to happen. I better hide. I better just stay inside. I don't want to get hurt. I don't want to do anything where I'm not safe. I want to just stay here, stay small. I creep to the back door. I open it. I see her, the big, tawny cat. She locks eyes with me. She begins to pace back and forth across the patio, her tail swishing. I slam the door shut. I lock it. I listen. I can hear her breathing. Then she's pushing against the door. She's trying to come in. She's pushing, and the lock fails. The cat comes in. Now, I'm a woman standing at the sink, washing dishes. I'm not going to pay any attention to whatever that is back there. Nope. I just going to wash dishes, just take care of the mundane, make sure things get taken care of, just keep the status quo, don't change, just ignore it, just deny it, just stay safe. Can't you see the lion? It's come in. I jump onto the lion's back. I grab her by the scruff of her neck. She begins to try to buck and push me off. You're not going to consume me. I am the lion. I see Vicky. I want to be with you. Don't you know I can help you? I am your life force. When she jumps on the back, she's trying to control me. I know. I don't want to hurt her, so I move pretty gently. I don't want anything bad to happen to her. I just want her to realize something different. I want her to realize that she can reach her full potential. The woman at the sink washing dishes, I'm just going to pretend that's not happening. Just keep taking care of business, just one step at a time. Don't change, don't change, don't change. I'm not going to change. I won't change. You can change. Don't you feel it? You can change. Just ride the energy. Just let yourself feel it. Ride that energy. No, I'm scared. I wake up. For the last 20 or so years, I've been leading an annual event at the beginning of the year that I call Nourish the Flame. I'm a Qigong master teacher, which basically means that I'm a teacher who has taught teachers, who's also taught other teachers my Qigong system called the Way of Joy. Before the pandemic, I decided I want to have a big space where I can do this annual event. So I rent one. It sells out immediately. It's totally full. So I let go of that space. I rent another. That one sells out. I rent a third one, then a fourth one. Finally, I rent this huge space. Registrations keep coming in. There's so many people. There's so many people. There's so many people. What am I going to do? Oh my gosh, how am I going to take care of all those people? There's so many details for me to think about. What if people have registered, and what if they don't come, and then I won't have the rent to pay for the space? Or what if they do come? What if they do come? What if I don't do a good job? What if I fail them? What if I fail me? What happens if they hate it? I don't know. What if they figure out that I'm a fraud? You are a fraud. That's what you are. You are a fraud. You don't know what you're doing What do you think you are? You think you're like Master What's His Nuts? No, you can just let this go. Come here. Come to me. You can let it go. You can cancel that event. Nobody's going to care. Just come here. Be safe. You don't need to take any risks at all. Just get comfortable. Just let it go. You're fine without it. Just give it up. It's not that important. We can watch TV. We can open the refrigerator. Maybe there's ice cream. You're right. It's not that important, and people won't care. I mean, it's true. I don't want people to think that something bad about me. I don't want to look like I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be. I should just stay here. I just want to stay small. I just want to stay safe. I make a different choice. I decide I do not want fear to rule me. The day of the event, I'm standing in this big space. It's still empty, and I can hear these voices. Then some people start to arrive. Then a stream of people. Then a river of people, all coming in. The space fills up with people laughing and talking, excited about what we're going to do. We begin to move energy together. We begin to play with Qigong. We begin to set our intentions for the year ahead. We sing, we laugh, we dance, we improvise, we play. We're all living in this field of possibilities. The monk takes his broom and puts it aside. He goes into the forest where he begins to gather nettles. He brings the nettles back into his cave and makes a tea. He invites the demons to come in to have tea with him. They surround him, quacking and squawking and you. The monk drinks his tea. He breathes in and out. He can hear those fears tempting him. He can hear what they're saying, but he decides he doesn't need to control them or be controlled by them. Rather, he continues to focus on inviting the world to come back to balance.